Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at NEXZ's archive behind the scenes of Ring-a-Ling. Now, this choreo was filthy in the best way possible. Alex did a phenomenal job on it. If you haven't seen my dance analysis, I did a full one on this choreo just a couple days ago, and I should attach it in the description of this video. But cannot wait to take a look, see the behind the scenes of this one, thinking how many days it took them to take this one. And of course, I know what I know now. My guy I kept pointing out, I think his name was HARU, right? And Ken is the one who has only been training for a year. So my goal is to really be on the lookout and find him here. But I can't wait to take a look. Let's go ahead and watch. HARU, Ken, Seita, Yuki, Yu, Tomoya. So Ken and HARU. Okay. How do they keep their ball caps on with their hoodie? You notice I have mine here. Doesn't it make it feel bulky?
여러분, 토모야 옷 귀엽잖아요. 네?
네.
예쁘다고 생각하고. 아니, 이쁘다고 귀여운데. 아, 그건 아니야. 토모야도 귀엽네. 네. 알고 있어.
Did they say Tomoya was the one? Was he Mr. Gucci?
유키랑 유희랑 좀 비슷한 것 같아. 둘이 한번 해볼래?
So fun. Yay.
수고하셨습니다. 안무가 진짜 어려웠어요. 느끼는 거랑 안무도 어렵고 좀 힘들었는데 근데 재밌었어요 저는. 그리고 내일 또 열심히 하고 디테일 그런 거를 다 좀 맞추고 멋있게 나올 수 있게 열심히 해보도록 하겠습니다.
우와.
저도 오늘 조금
Ken is our 1 year, right?
밀어서 힘들었는데 오늘 자면 맞아 푹 쉬고 내일 잘 할 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 하루가 할 말이 있었는데 어땠어요?
He probably
너무 좋아.
he felt like he enjoyed it.
제가 많이 코리오 영상 보고 많이 따고 했었는데 그게 지금 도움이 됐던 것 같아요. 저는 다음날 봅시다.
I'm glad he liked it, because sometimes people who are doing a style that's outside of their wheelhouse, you can swing either way. So I love the fact that he's enjoying his time. Based on the sound of your feet, getting the details right. Wow, this is a very interesting thing that he's asking them to do. Let me pause it right here. Notice, so he said, I'm not counting for you. This is how you could tell if you guys are on the right page and being clean, is that your steps should all sound the same. This works whenever you're doing choreography in unison. That's actually a very interesting strategy that we're trying here because they're not really put in formations. Notice here, there's a formula. They're not in formations yet. They're just learning content. And for me, what I've noticed, I've said this about the previous behind the scenes, and I'll say it here again if this is the first time you're watching me look at a behind the scenes of NEXZ, that for me, what I personally do is I teach content first. Unless a circumstance calls for, I only have all of the dancers in there for like 1 day, then I do both. I block and I do content. But a lot of times if we're doing like recital season, I have a lot of time to work on choreography, then I'm going to do content first a lot of times, and then I'll go back and then I'll set, formations, that kind of stuff. It just depends on the choreographer and the style that they're doing. Some choreographers operate, they want to block it all first and then they workshop content to get from point A to point B. And some like the puzzle piece where they just do like random sections depending on how they feel that day. It just depends. I have my pebbles in multiple baskets on that. So I love the fact that he told them, he's like, I'm not counting. You should know your details in the sense of you'll be able to know if you guys are on the same page based on how you hear each other. So that's a really good strategy for if you're cleaning unison choreography to do that. Cool. Noticing they're doing a pretty good job here already. That's cool. August bucket hat. Ken.
2 days.
That's what naturally happens when you're exposed to something and you clean choreography and you relearn choreography. You're gonna feel way better.
지금 보니까 밸런스를 한 이 정도만 잡더라고. 그게 아니라 좀 더 누워서 내려와서 써야지 이 움직임이 보이거든. 와, 셋. 오케이, 됐습니다, 여러분. 감사합니다.
Yay.
천천히 해볼게, 아시겠죠? 네.
수고하셨습니다. 이런 느낌. 맞아. 오징어?
오징어.
왜 이렇게 빨라졌어? 안무에는.
I know.
하나밖에 없었는데 다 빨라졌어. 주변에
주변에 많이
Love it.
그러니까 바로 저절로 뭔가 이렇게 하는구나 이렇게 들어오는 것 같아.
근데 유키가 이번에 잘 어울린 것 같아.
진짜? 고양이 느낌.
고양이 느낌 있어.
봐봐. 내일부터 구성이 있잖아요. 어떻게 되는지 너무 기대가.
I really like the fact they do like a little summary at the end of every day. It's kind of fun. Are we at elevators? Because they all keep moving.
마지막에.
하루.
마티형이 마무리해야지. 형 제발요. 도미야스 형. 도미야스 형. 나.
아니 어제도 이랬잖아. 리더 막 이러고.
아니야. 감사합니다. 고생하셨습니다.
That's cute.
빨리 연습하세요.
그러면 이걸로 하자. 오늘도 수고하셨습니다. 바이바이 하고 이렇게 띠디리 나가서 내일 시작할게요.
Oh.
오늘도 수고하셨습니다.
Yeah. That's really cute. That was cute. 안녕. Hi.
루티치였어.
This is the third day.
연습하러 왔습니다. 일단 최선을 다하고 오늘도 열심히 하겠습니다. 너무요. 여러분도 오늘 학교나 일 같이 파이팅 합시다. 힘들어도 파이팅 합시다. 즐거운 하루가 기다리고 있어요.
하루.
그것도 맞지 뭐. 네, 건강하게 건. 진짜 재미없어. 진짜 재미없다.
여러분 아마 리은은 착한 사람이라고 생각하고 있는 것 같은데 아 진짜 착한인데 뭐요? 또 다른 게 있어요. 하나 너무 재밌어요. 웃기는 거 많이 해요. 맞아요. 그렇고 웃긴 게 많이 해요. 근데 재미없어요. 아니 재미없어요. 그러니까 스스로 하려고 하면 재미없어요. 스스로 짤짤하게 나오는 거 잘. 맞아. 그게 신기해. 맞아요.
뭐야랑 유키입니다. 머리가 똑같네.
It does look the same.
안녕하세요. 유키と申します.
알고 있어.
We knew that.
ユキと申します. よろしくお願いします. 어색한데? 진짜요?
그래서 우리는
만해줍니다.
Oh, here we go. Okay, they called it a slick back. That's not what it's called. It's called a Juby slide. The reason why it's called a slick back is because of the challenge. I'm a pimp named Slickback. So it became like a challenge called the Slickback Challenge, and that's why they call it that. But if you want to know what it's actually called, the Juby slide, because it came about, it was a dancer with one of his dance names is Juby, and I think it was like 2021 when that came out, right? So keep that in mind. There is beauty in the relevancy of things, but also sometimes some important details can get overlooked, right? Such as there's somebody who, you know, created this, and they may not have been the ones that initiated the challenge, but they were the ones that kind of set the tone in terms of the foundation of the concept of the challenge, right? So this was really fun, though. I like the fact that they're doing it. And if you want to know how to do it, the concept is more glide and the projection of the foot. You want the foot to look like it's levitating, and it's about where your weight's going when you switch them. So it's fun. That was good. That was good. Ken, what was that? That was fun.
할 건데 유는 내가 봤을 땐 손을 얼굴 가리지 마.
유희.
하면서 캔은 쭉 나와. 쳐, 틱틱틱, 붐. 빠바밤 붐 할 때 테크닉으로 들어줄 수 있어. 카운트를 가볍게 한 턴만 돌든. 따따따따따 띠디디 5, 6, 7, 8이야.
나 이제 5일 동안 웃으면 안 돼. 왜? 이걸 멋있게 해야 돼서 약간 웃을 때도 하루처럼
아마 나도 그렇게 해야지. 내일이면 다 웃는 내일이면 웃고 있어. 맞아.
오늘 주제는 유가 최근에 외운 단어 첫 번째. 네. 마감이.
Deadline.
마감이. 쇼고샤. 소. 내가 먼저 말할 때. 아니, 제발.
Oh, I love that they're doing a vocab test right now.
2번.
Sobangcha. Oh, they're doing NCT, yeah. Fire truck. Oh. Oh, those are cute.
감사합니다.
그리고 프리하게 오른쪽으로 바이브레이팅 넣으면서 디디디 붐. 그래서 전체적으로 이동. 하루 보여줘. 약간 저런 느낌으로. 그렇죠.
Gosh, I find that so funny because you guys know that I pointed him out, that poor boy out, every single time he had his own little moment. Oh, that's funny, but they were going off of like the technicality of how he was hitting it. Notice he had more of like a reverb in play, more staccato in his essence and in terms of his posture because of his background. Makes total sense.
오늘도 끝났습니다.
Yay!
재밌는 거 좀 더 약간 다 같이 하고 있다는 느낌이 들어서.
Haru looked looser in that video than you saw in the original, in that dance, in this dance practice here. He was looser in the chest.
잘 나올 것 같아.
It did turn out great. It was awesome. It's so cool.
내가 봤을 때 이거 해야 돼. 그럼 하나, 둘, 셋, 슝!
And then they like.
오늘도 수고하셨습니다. 경호 어떻게 하셨습니까? 둘, 셋.
Why'd you say good morning?
내일로 고!
Yeah, that's so fun.
디즈니랜드 가는 꿈꿨어. 진짜? 와, 저 행복이 느꼈다. 내가 한국에 가야 돼서 엄마 미안 나 지금 한국에 가야 돼. 내가 울었어. 하나, 둘, 셋. 파이팅!
Fighting. Oh, I missed it. Cut, cut, cut.
하나, 둘, 셋. 파이팅!
핑크 모양.
I like that they don't cut, like, ever. So we just see them try again.
핑크 모양.
Pink Moya. What do you think about this yellow beanie? Get on.
오늘도 꾸준히 연습하겠습니다. 아니 거울이 아니야.
불 거 그대로 가져가는데 조금 부드럽게
아 네.
약간 조금
Softer. So he's adding in texture. I love it. So whenever you think about it, what Alex, his formula that we're seeing here is he's doing content first. And then day 2 is details of choreography. Not quite texture, maybe a little integration, but more so making sure the details of placement. He cleaned it there. Then he added formations. And then from here, we're going over texture and essence and the environmental factors. Because now you have your formations. He gets to audit it, see what works, what doesn't work. And I love that. See how it sits on their bodies. And that can subtly adjust how it comes across. So I love that we get to see Alex's formula and how he's making a little mini concept too. We'll film it from the start. gosh. This choreo just looks really cool.
안녕하세요. 제 8회 멤버입니다, 여러분.
Alex, cool.
네.
그래. 네.
수고. 깔끔하다. 오늘은 뭔가 옷이 화려하네.
They are very colorful today. We didn't really see a lot, but it was really cool to kind of touch on what he was doing.
아, 핑크.
Pink.
보라색이 아니야? 핑크예요. 죄송해요. 살짝 핑크라고요.
Slightly purple.
영상 찍었던 거 보면 그러니까 어제랑 완전 다른 느낌이.
맞아. 느낌을 내는 것을 위주로 수업을 해가지고 다른 느낌이 들었던 것 같아.
잘한다. 한국어 잘한다. 이거 보여줘. 얼굴이랑 쓰는 게. 얼굴이 잘생겼어. 아니야. 얼굴이 잘생겼어. 아니야. 자신이 들어와. 표정을 좀 더 연습해야 되는 것 같아요. 어떻게 하면 이 노래를 표현할 수 있는지 좀 더 연구하고 잘해야겠다라는 생각이 들었습니다.
선생님이 뭔가 새롭게 뭔가 저희한테 감을 그렇게 시켜주셔서
진짜 오늘 했던 게 더 멋있는 것 같아요.
여유가 있어.
아까 토마이가 말했던 것처럼
진짜?
오늘 네.
진짜?
고마워. 진짜 빨라.
You should be
뭔가
thankful.
어떻게 해야 되는지,
Seita.
어떻게 쓰는지나 표정도 어떻게 표현해야 되는지 그런 고민도 많이 있긴 한데 그래서 즐겁게
Seita.
살아야지.
Seta. Like Seta. Like, no, that's Seta. Seta.
스케일이 커졌어. 오늘도 파이팅!
Fighting.
안녕! 안녕하세요. 오늘 며칠 때? 5일째! 그래, 보자! 오케이!
Fighting.
같이 해. 파이팅! 파이팅!
That was good. That's really funny.
파이팅!
Ah, that was good.
에이, 에이.
Hey, hey, hey.
귀여워. 귀여운데?
That's funny. Fun. Nice. Ooh, somebody said that was called a butterfly twist. That was cool. Thank you for teaching me something that day. More like a cat. I'm assuming this cat. Oh, that little detail. Ah! That's such a good freaking vibe. Ugh. Ugh. Golly.
느낌? 그리고 우리 비주얼 그리고 분위기 같은 걸로 보여드릴 수 있는 것 같아요.
네.
맞습니다.
아니, 오늘 수업에서 약간 이게 확실해진 것 같아요. 약간 아예 완전 바뀌었다는 걸 약간 다 이해하고 맞아.
선생님만의 느낌을 저희도 느낄 수 있었던 것 같아요.
지금까지 그 뭔가 표정이나 그런 거를 다 하고 있으니까 좀 더 익숙해지면 괜찮은 것 다 있고 생각합니다.
What is he doing?
왜 이렇게 힘들어요? 아니 진짜 여기 와서
어디까지 바꾸자. 내가 해봐. 솔직히 어디
파이팅 하시다. 달려가자.
He's like, I'm struggling. I'm probably because he was squatting and he didn't want to squat anymore.
고양이 비슷. 몰라.
아 근데 이번에 그
Oh my god! That's so cute! It's a goyang cat ears!
얼굴 그리고 머리도 좀 머리만 슉슉 같이
슉슉.
예쁘지 않아요?
슉슉.
보여줘야 돼. 이거 예쁜 머리. 이거 포인트.
이거 하이라이트.
둘이 뭐해?
지금 찍고 있어. 그걸로.
Nice. That's interesting. That boom, tap, tap, tap.
귀신. 귀신이 둘이 있어. 귀 저거. 이렇게 줘. 예. 우리가 그냥 따라갈게. 아, 알겠어.
Oh, I love. Whoa, that's cool. Nice.
아니야, 그거 아니야. 맞아. 아니야. 맞아. 치즈 케이크를 같이 먹을 때 초대하는 방법. 치즈 케이크 먹을래? 좀 귀여워. 먹을래? 알았어. 내가 보여줄게.
먹을래?
안녕.
안녕.
치즈케이크 먹을래?
먹을래?
감사합니다.
죄송합니다. 죄송합니다.
안무 그 디테일 까먹지 말고. 네. 고생했어요 여러분. 네.
예이.
수고하셨습니다. 오늘 마지막 날인데 어떠세요?
What you she?
수고하셨습니다.
수고하셨습니다.
오늘 마지막 날인데 어땠어요?
어땠어요?
미안해 촬영 날이니까 마음이 설레. 네 진짜 봅시다. 보자. 좋은 경험을 하고 있는 것 같고 봅시다.
I love that. That's fun. Yeah. I think it took him about six days. Yeah.
선생님한테 감사해야지. 감사합니다.
아니, 처음에 쳤을 때는 안무 틀린 게 문제 아니야. 그건 문제 아니잖아. 야, 춤추었는데 그건 문제 아니잖아.
너 들렸어?
틀렸어.
안 되지.
그때 4년
디테일 같은 거. 너 디테일
다 알아줬어. 그래?
이번에는 귀엽지 않아요, 맞는데.
오.
기대가 되는데요?
올해는 넥스트가 찢어버려.
이거 뭐야 이거 계속 이거 뭐야?
I know.
여는 거 아니야 이거.
찢는 거 이거지. 아니, 이거 아니야?
아니 이거지 그냥.
이거.
네, 이거지. 죄송합니다.
Ugh.
올해도 잘 부탁드립니다.
That whole little grimy part right here.
긴장하지 말고 잘 하자.
오 그래.
여러분도 여기에 손 올리시고
핸드폰 위에 올리시게.
와.
와.
둘, 셋.
가지마.
가지마.
아직 안 끝났다고.
아직 안 끝났다고. 가지마.
저희 인사드리겠습니다. 둘, 셋. 안녕하세요. 넥스입니다. 잘 부탁드립니다.
이번에도 좀 잘 해야겠다.
맞아. 이번에는 그런 느낌. 완전 다르. 조금 느끼하게. 완전 힙합이었잖아.
저번에 거는 완전 팀이라는 뭔가 넥스지라는 팀을 보여줬던 것 같은데 이번에는 좀 각자 개성 그거를 보여주는.
They really did a good job on this. I still think MVP goes to Tomoya for this. He bodies it like Yumiki would. 1000%.
오늘 5포인트.
Gucci.
얼굴. 뭔가 멋지지. 이것도 약간 그 초기 학습 의장치유를 분명히 나냐. 아니 나도 꼈을 때 그렇게 생각났어. 아니 와. 오늘 5포인트.
Haju.
오늘 5포인트 뭐예요? 따라하지 마세요. 이거 칠 거예요? 아니 난 초. 아니 뭔가 강아지야. 이렇게 아니 뭔가 귀여워요. 이렇게 해도 귀여워. 안 돼. 오늘 약간 남자 느낌. 락밴드 느낌. 멋있는 남동생. 그 코스 좋아. 졌다. 난 형이 될 거야. 형은 우리 둘이 막 하세요. 다쳤어요? 아니.
Ah, that's funny. Did you get hurt? Did you get shot?
여섯 개였어. 5개인 줄 알았는데. 제대로 한번 해야지. 그걸 아니었어요.
They keep hitting his arms. That's really funny. Here's something I just realized too. So like with Haru, notice with him, his movement quality I did say was a little bit more on the stiffer side, right? And notice Alex's note was to be more relaxed. But with Haru, I would have actually given the suggestion I wanted him to engage more or actually execute his movement more fully in the torso, because giving a note to a collective group of people, but all of them have slightly different movement qualities, their body's going to register it slightly differently. So it's not something that like Alex should have known. No, of course not. It's definitely something that like now that I'm looking at it and I'm seeing he's definitely dancing it the way Alex is asking him to for his body and his movement quality, right? And so that's why for me, if I was noticing that when I said, okay, be more relaxed, but then that causes him to not engage as much in the torso as much as he needs to convert what his body is movement-wise more comfortable with, then that would be, you know, I would probably be like, hey, Haru, can you try to, you know, I want you to actually push a little bit more throughout some of the, like when you have a focal point, go more full out here, but be more relaxed in other segments. Like I would have itemized my feedback more appropriately to him versus Tomoya, who he was able to do the choreography full and his relax still showcases that legato, right? So that's a very fascinating thing that we're learning here. And I'm just going off of like my lived real life experience of how I would have approached it. But also too, like for these types of turnarounds, I'm talking about like if I'm trying to troubleshoot a competition piece and I only have like, let's say, I got a couple months. So I got time to really sit and troubleshoot and really notice those things and be really clean about it. So I mean, they still did a fantastic job through it though, for sure. He really did a great job here. With this type of turnaround time, absolutely. That was cleaner too. And you... Oh boy! Sheesh. Yeah.
힘들었는데 잘하는 것 같아요. 좀 걱정 좀 많이 했는데 수고하셨습니다.
Oh, here's a bouquet. That's funny. That's funny. So you.
다 끝났습니다. 근데 나머지
끝났습니다.
아직도 솔로 촬영이 남아서 파이팅 합시다.
He did great. He did really well.
응원할
He covered up so well. I could not find any discrepancies in his movement quality that made me think for a second that he was my 1 year. But now I've caught him. So now I'm going to be on the lookout to find more and more.
많이 어려웠는데 제 솔로 파트인데 그게 진짜 어색해서 그 완성된 그 작품이 조금 궁금해요. 어떻게 됐는지 다음에 보시겠습니다.
Woo! See you in 5 years. The last 5 days have felt like a year. Very complimentary to them. That was cool. Fantastic job, truly. That was really good. Now, out of the two, with Ring-a-Ling versus the Fat Man Scoop one, the drop, right? Which one do I like more? I would say they blended better on Kirsten's choreo, which is still shocking for me to even say that. But when it comes to aesthetic or just like the griminess, I mean, it's yes, it calls for it. Just Ring-a-Ling was just filthy. It was so good. Alex's choreo, that was like incredible. And how they bodied it was also very good. But of course, I was able to see a little bit more discrepancies in the differences, except for Ken. Goodness gracious, he blended it in great. But very much appreciate the fact that they have this format, and it's really cool that they have the choreographer in it as well. It's just so fun. It's a fun project for the choreographer. We get to see and dive deep into how they handle a 6-day process, and also see the final product first, which is really dope, and then seeing the back end of it is always really fun. So I had a lot of fun watching this one. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more of NEXZ, good chance that, I mean, what you see is what you get on YouTube. I normally, with Gen 5 groups, I'm pretty on top of a lot of them to where I post them pretty frequently as they have their comebacks and stuff. But a lot of older groups, I would say the Gen 2 to Gen 4, of course, those, when I marathon them, those take a lot longer to make their way onto YouTube because it goes off of the comeback schedules they have. And so there's a good chance there's a lot out there that if you're a fan of NEXZ, and let's say there's another group that you're a fan of that I've taken a look at, hopefully there's something on Patreon for you to take a look at there. But I've been having so much fun with them, and I cannot wait to see when they actually debut. I do know they have a track called Miracle. It was like a pre-debut track. I haven't seen it yet, but I do know that's going to be in my future. I can feel it. So, but once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.